everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to talk about the things that I am planning on adding to my wardrobe. I like to sit down and get this done every once in a while because if I don't keep track of the things that I feel like are genuinely missing within my wardrobe, then I'm just like way more prone to impulse purchases, and you can sort of lose direction of your wardrobe and by that personal style a little bit. My list of plans and wishes for my wardrobe is actually always available on my website, but it has been quite a while since I updated it and plans and wishes change. And the list as it's looking right now on my blog, I'm basically going to completely just disregard that and then create and talk about the new one that I've made, and then of course after that I will take some of the things from the old list and then add it to the new one. So since I haven't really paid attention to my list for a while, I had like a little bit of a bender where I didn't really get any shopping done, and then after getting into it I've sort of just like been buying whatever I've felt like. But yeah, now I need to get a little bit of structure on my purchasing plan, so here are the things that I am going to try to focus on getting first. And actually before I say that, I will say that sometimes you're just gonna fall over something in a store or online shopping and you just want to get it regardless of the fact that it's not on your wish list. Like something, for example, that I haven't written on the list is something like cute tops, but whenever I see a cute top that I really like and that fits my criteria for my wardrobe, you know, I'll get that anyway. So even with a list like this, like it's just to keep myself on track because I'm still gonna be adding other things to my wardrobe, I'm sure. But sometimes when I am shopping, if I have a list like this handy, it's so much easier to be like, okay, you know, you do want this, but you have these like 10 other items on your wish list. Is it maybe better to put this on the back burner and then look for some of the other things? Some of the things on my list really aren't cheap, and one thing that I put on there which is going to be a priority at some point is the Aura ring. If you've been around for a while, you've seen me wear the Fitbit many times, and I am just a sucker for data, wardrobe wise and health and fitness wise, but I'm really not into the look. I feel like I've made the Fitbit as beautiful as I can, like with the strap, it's in gold, but I have a couple of friends with the Aura ring, specifically one of them, she has the Aura ring in gold, and so it's a fitness tracker ring if you haven't already picked up on that, and then she wears it with other rings, and I just think it looks so much better to wear the ring than it does the bracelet, just for me personally, and I'm already used to wearing quite large rings. And then the next thing on my list, I'm just switching the order here, is black boots, because of course I always wear my black vagabond boots. I've had a couple of other pairs of boots through the past couple of years, but like black boots with a pointed toe with like a slim ankle is just something I wear a million times a year, so I really want to get like a really nice pair this year if I can. Like when we approach fall and winter, it is something that I'm going to try to prioritize. Of course I have the other boots still, but yeah, I need something higher quality, I think, or you know, even if I end up falling for a pair that's not even better quality than the vagabonds, that's also okay, but it is something I want to prioritize to get like a nice pair of black boots. And then the next thing I have to add, this is probably not going to be like a, you know, huge financial investment, but I want to get a denim skirt. So it's funny how, you know, like you create your outfits for the pieces you already have, and sometimes you can just tell that like something is missing, and for me that is a denim skirt. I'm a huge dress and skirts girl, so I already have quite a few skirts. I also have a denim skirt. I have one in white, and then I have a couple black skirts I always wear. I have like the wool skirt in navy. I love a good A-line mini skirt, but I don't have one in denim, and I often feel like that's what I want to be wearing. So I am going to get one. I recall having one in like a size that no longer fits, but the Levi's one, just the classic one. So I'm probably going to try that one, and then with some luck, it's not a piece I have to try 20 different versions of. You know, hopefully the Levi's one will just work, but it's just that is a priority. I feel like it's something that will make a lot of outfits for me in my wardrobe at the moment. And then something I mentioned before is a black turtleneck. This is also such a proof of concept for me. Like the first year that I started tracking my wardrobe, I was really on a budget, and also I had decluttered so much, and I really wanted to just like prove to myself that, yeah, I was just in a certain place on my style journey, and so because of that I wore the same outfit literally every single day. I was wearing the gray curated coat, a black turtleneck, jeans, and black boots, and it's just a look I can always go back to. It's so classy and easy in the cold seasons, but the turtlenecks that I have, albeit very comfortable, they're the viscose ones from H&M. The shape is just not nice, and the actual turtleneck is very loose, and I really don't like that look, so I'm going to focus on finding some really nice black turtlenecks this season. And I have one in crisp white from Everlane in their cotton. Is it Prima Cotton, I think it's called? That one is so good, but it does have a little bit of a rip to it, where usually I like a smooth texture. But, you know, I think it's better to have something with a little bit of like a rip to it that is really good quality, is really comfortable, than it is to have the ones that are like loose in the neck, because at this point I don't even wear them. And I did consider taking them to a tailor, but they have seen their best days already, so I think I'm ready to just add something new. Then I'm not sure I'll be adding this year, because now we're already a ways into summer, but I want to be able to get some nicer summer shoes also in the camel color. I saw some in Massimo Dutti and they're really nice. I'm gonna pop a picture up here for you. And it's basically because I wear the Birkenstocks all the time, the the camel colored ones with the gold buckle, and God, they are so beautiful. You know, it's a Birkenstock, which is a pretty relaxed shoe, but then with the camel, they're just that much more elevated and elegant, in my opinion. But I can also sense that I want something that's nicer than that. I want something that's nicer than a Birkenstock, and these are pretty much the only shoes that I actually wear in summer. Although I actually did add another pair of, they're actually from H&M, but they're very Birkenstock-like, because I thought I had lost my Birkenstock. Anyway, well, I'll get into that in our wardrobe updates. Then the next thing on my list, this is something like, you know, I've actually had it on my list for a really long time, but it's just like, it's about just spending the money, and it's not even gonna be that bad. I think I'm gonna have to pay like $150 for it, but I want to get the pearl drop necklace from Monica Vinader. It's actually the one I always link to when I'm asked where this necklace is from, because basically what I'm going to get from Monica Vinader is like identical to this one. But this one is just from some generic Danish fashion jewelry brand. The Danes will know it. It's called Pilgrim. Maybe you can't see it this far away, but like the little freshwater pearl, like the little link that it's in, is completely orange. I wear this all the time, but the quality is horrible. And at this point, I should just get something in nicer quality so that I can actually wear it for the next 20 years. And not feel like, you know, whenever I put it on, I'm actually putting on something that's orange. Yeah, then I have a couple of other things like on this new list that I made, and then I'm gonna like pick and choose a few things from the old list and put it on here. But actually, these are like, you know, I wouldn't even say long-term purchases, but you know, from the list that I've had before, I've had to like look at like, what do I really care about? What am I trying to say here? It's basically because I want to get a denim designer bag. That has been on my list for a couple of years now, but I'm starting to feel like it's getting closer. Like, this is something that now that it's been hanging out there for a couple of years, it's starting to become like a priority, even though it is literally a denim bag. Like, I'm probably better off getting like another black bag or another camel bag, but I'm ready for it. And I've been looking at Louis Vuitton, I've been looking at Dior, but ultimately I think I'm probably gonna go with Chanel. I'm gonna find something secondhand when I can. So that is on my list. And then actually add to that list sunglasses, also from Chanel, that look like these ones, because when I got the Pradas, it's really because these were the proof of concepts that I had from always borrowing them from my best friend. But Chanel makes a similar pair in a brighter color, and I just want them. They're also not that expensive. I was able to see that you can get them online for $250 as compared to like when I check out in store here, they're like 400 and something. So this is also something that, even though I just bought a new pair of sunglasses, I think it's probably something that I'm gonna also add at some point. Then I'm going to go down. That's the thing, like, so now in like the old list, I have things on it where I'm like, you know, I don't really care about getting that. Yeah, it would be nice, you know, way down the road, but it's not really a priority to the extent that like it's more an idea than it's an actual wish. Like, it's more like a dream wish, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, one of them that I just look on here on like the old list is like the Hermes Kelly belt. I put this on here because I thought that would be a really cute addition to my my wardrobe. I want to get it in camel. You know, I have a camel belt leather from H&M that I do use kind of a lot, especially with my white shirt dresses. But like, it would be nice to have like a designer or like a really nice version of that belt, but there are just other things I would rather have. So yeah, this would be something like the Aris Kelly belt. I would probably like to have it, but it's so far from the top of my priorities that I'm just like, I don't care really about it. And the same is true for a denim designer bag that was already on there. Then I have a sweetheart neckline sweater in crisp white. Yeah, that's true. That is definitely a wish, something I would like to find long term. Then I have a pink cashmere turtleneck. That's also something I actually would really like, so I'm also gonna keep that on there. Then I have oat trousers. Those I am going to like move way down on my list, which is funny because it's something that I've had on my list for a while, and last year I actually ended up buying quite a few, or like a couple of oat colored pants or trousers, but they were from like Zara, so they didn't last that long. And yeah, honestly, it's something that I would still probably like to have, but I'm so tired of the chase. So that's something that I'm probably gonna put like as a mid. You know, it's not something I'm gonna like actively look for. I'm just like, once it shows up, it shows up. Then oat wool skirt. Yeah, this I would also like to have long term. White jeans. Yeah, that can also hang out on the wish list, but again, it's not up there with the things that I'm starting to actually try to budget for. Black cashmere turtleneck. Yeah, that's true. That would be nice, but I actually think I'm gonna take that and move it down because, you know, with the other black turtlenecks, I'll be able to enjoy those and then enjoy the turtlenecks that I have in cashmere that are other colors. Like it's not a priority. And the YSL hover rack. Yeah, I bought that, so I can remove that. Silk midi skirt, you know, cute idea, but this is something that once I see something that I want, like on impulse, and it actually is a good fit, then I'll buy it. I won't be planning for it. Like, I don't need it in that sense, so that I'm gonna delete entirely. Black slip dress. I'm also gonna put that way down as things that, like, you know, yeah, it's one of those things again that, like, you know, if I find a nice one, I'll probably add it, but it's not a priority and it's not really a wish. Heeled gold sandals. I just bought a pair to go to a wedding in Denmark. So, you know, actually at the end of this chase or looking for a gold pair of sandals, I've tried so many. I ended up with a pair from Zara and they're not that great, so I would like to have a much nicer pair long term, but for now, you know, I'm just gonna use the pair that I have because I need them right now, and then ultimately this is gonna move way down my wish list. And then a Bordeaux cashmere sweater. Again, that's also just like a nice to have, you know, I put that on there because I thought it'd be pretty cute, but it's not really like a planned purchase. There are 15 things I want to buy before that, unless of course, you know, I just happen to run into the perfect version. Did I already say there's no thin black cashmere cardigan? Yeah, that can stay on there. Dark brown shearling coat. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's still something I would like to have, and it's something that I'm always on the look out for secondhand, because when you buy these type of shearling coats from new, god, they are so expensive, and that's not something I can prioritize in that sense for now, or at least I don't want to. Again, I have so many other things I would rather have that are pricey in that sense, but if I do run into one just randomly, I'm definitely gonna grab it. So that I'm also gonna move down to like just nice to have our ideas. Then this exact beige wool coat. Yeah, I have had this coat on my wish list for 3 years now, and it's quite expensive. It's literally double the price of a curated coat, and you know, it's a light colored coat. So, you know, I have to take care of it in a completely different sense than I do the ones that I have right now. You know, now I have the gray, I have the navy, and I have the brown, but I do have like a rule with myself, which is that I can add like a coat every year. So it's going to stay on the list because it is a wish that I have, but I don't know that, you know, when that's gonna come. And then we have another thing, which is, this is really like a fantasy slash like I feel like it's sort of is in the same category as getting like a denim designer bag, and it's because I really want to get a shearling designer bag. But that's one of those things like prioritizing. That's probably gonna be in another year or two, if not more, because yeah, with the things I feel like I want to add to my wardrobe, I can't, you know, I have to pick one thing at a time to focus on. So that is something that's also gonna like go way down on like the need to have, but I think it's something that's probably gonna stay there always. Like I think, you know, in 5 years, like I don't need a shearling designer bag in the next 5 years, but if I still want it in 5 years, you know, it's then at the point it might have risen on my list of wishes. Then white suit. Yeah, I don't need that. I have my white linen blazer from Massimo Dutti and I'm happy with it, but I don't wear it nearly as much as I thought I would, especially here in Switzerland. Like it's actually quite rare that I need a jacket at all. And yeah, I do have like white pants, I have like a white skirt, but I feel like what I have right now can give me the look that I want to the extent that I need right now. So I'm actually gonna take that completely off, and I'm gonna do the same with like a velvet suit. I think, you know, I tried this like velvet suit on last year in Zara. It was like, I both tried it in pink actually and in dark blue, and it's really like a cool girl fantasy type of look. I still think it would be really cool to have, but it's just not a wish. Like it can't be a priority. I have all of these things that I need to concern myself with before I get a velvet suit, you know. It's yeah, I'm gonna delete that. Then a black coat. Yeah, I'm gonna let that stay on there. I feel like, you know, I have all of these colored coats, and the thing that comes the closest, of course, is the charcoal coat from the Curated, which I love, have worn 200 and something times. Then there's also a black puffer coat that I bought from COS last year because I desperately needed something warmer, because we had a couple of really cold days, and I mean the wool coats, they just weren't enough for these for these types of days. But you know, that's not what I mean when I say I want a black coat. Like I want a nice black coat. So that's definitely gonna stay on there. And then I also put parka. That's because I'm so concerned with the things that look good. Sometimes I can sort of put the practical stuff a little bit in the back, but I do really need like a really warm and nice parka, like something like a Canadian Goose. It doesn't have to be a Canadian Goose, obviously, but that's sort of like the area we're talking about. Like I need a really warm jacket, because the COS one I bought because I needed something so desperately here and now, and it really wasn't that expensive, because you know, a really nice parka can be really expensive, and I was desperate, so I ended up getting what was available, but it's not warm enough. It's way warmer than the wool coats. So when you layer up underneath it, you know, it is a puffer coat, but not enough, so that'll have to stay there. And then I have an Appenzeller back strap, custom made. If you are Swiss, you know what this is, but if you aren't, you don't. Basically what that is, the Appenzeller strap. Think of the cow bracelet that I have, you know, it's a leather strap with these like little gold cows on it, and on my bracelet it's only the cows, but actually they also have these, I'm gonna put a picture up so it's clear, but there are other gold symbols that you can also have on these like straps. So for me, you know, I have a bracelet, but that's not that common. It's actually way more common to have a belt, and it's usually actually worn by farmers and stuff like that. I just have the bracelet because I think it's so typically Swiss and so cool. But I really want to get an Appenzeller back strap, and I would need to have it custom made, which means taking it to a place where they actually sell the leather goods, and then give them a back strap and then ask them to custom make it for me like they did with the bracelet. But you know, it's like, there are the things that I need for my wardrobe that are generic, and then there are things that just like are ideas that is conjured up in my head, and I really feel like that's often the things that like make your personal style, is these pieces that are so individual to you. Like for example, also again, my antique ring, I know I go back to that all the time, but and actually my cow bracelet. But yeah, I got this idea like a couple of windows ago, and now I can start to sense like, okay, that's something I would like to have done because it's so personal. So I want to get another strap for the Hermes Evelyn, and then I'm going to go have them put these like Appenzeller charms on the back strap, so that I can still alternate between the one I have that doesn't have these the cows and stuff on it, and then one that does. Speaking of like custom made pieces, there's something else that I have been thinking about and that I think I'm going to get, which is, or I have made, which is a piece of jewelry. So I've been living in Switzerland almost for 5 years now, and obviously I am Danish, as you know, and I've been playing around with this tattoo idea, which is I want to get a daisy and an edelweiss. That's the national flowers for each country, and I want to have like where they're on the same stem, and then a photorealistic picture of each flower. It's just an idea that I've had for quite a while, but I don't have any tattoos, and I don't think I want any tattoos. But I really like this idea, so I think what I'm gonna do instead is I'm going to pay an artist to make the picture, or like make the drawing for me, and then have it be quite clear with like the outlines, and then take that to a jeweler and then have them press that shape into like a like a square, yeah, like a square you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, I want the charm. It's not a charm, but I want the thing for as like a necklace. So yeah, that would be another like personal piece for me, because you know, you can always buy these like regular generic pieces or like designer pieces with someone else's brand on it, but ultimately it's these things that are just like custom made. They go straight to my heart. They really do. So yeah, I think I'm probably gonna I'm gonna focus on getting that made at some point in time where I have some space for it in my budget. I'm adding it to the list of priorities. So basically that is it. These are the things that I am either looking to get or things that I would like to get long term. But of course I have structured it in a sense a little bit so that, you know, some of the things, you know, that is actually something that would make a difference within my wardrobe. Like it's things that I've been wanting after for a while, or just, you know, otherwise, yeah, like it's a practical choice that I just need. Like for example, with the black turtleneck, like a black turtleneck, I wear that so much, and that's so many days where I don't need to wear and buy something else. So I should just spend some time and energy getting a version of that I actually want to wear. That's just like a no-brainer. So yeah, these things comes first, and then I'm going to keep focused on getting that, and then of course, you know, you will just fall over things in store, or at least I do, that you want to buy and that you do buy anyway. But these are like, this is the plan, this is the list of things that I can always go back to, like, okay, yeah, I know you think this top or this dress is really cute and you might want to get it, but is it better to save that money and that space for black boots since you want a nice pair, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to put the updated list up on my website so that it's back on track. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!